What's good, everybody? Yapping Hours back at it again. You already know who it is. It's RainbowFur, Terrellion, and Crimsonite. Today we're actually going to talk about the recent Nintendo Direct, but specifically we're going to be talking about the Mario Kart World trailer. We don't have to introduce to you guys what the trailer is all about because you've seen it already, but we're going to go through what the trailer went through. I could have mentioned what everything is, but we'll just kind of let it go. So I know Crim's the biggest Nintendo fan here. What's your initial thoughts after?
Dude, it's just low-key hype. Mario Kart World looks like a big improvement from Mario Kart 8. We had the fact that we got so many characters. It's just one giant fucking world. It's like, oh my god, so hype. You can change your costumes after eating a fucking quarter pounder with cheese and bacon. That's just gonna be fire. I can't wait for Mario Kart World.
Thanks for adding that nothing burger of a fucking comment. What do you think, Drew? What do you think?
They've for sure upped the ante with this game. I want to sit here and say I'm excited. Like, I was excited while watching it for the first time, but now that time has passed, it's just like, I'm starting to realize now, once again, Mario Kart is a fun game to play for a couple of days, and then eventually you get over it. Sorry, guys.
but it's multiplayer.
I know. Go ahead, Rambo.
That's a sizzling take.
Yeah, it's. Don't get me wrong. Mario Kart is great. Like, I've had so many fun memories with Mario Kart 64 and onwards, but it's just not a game that can retain my attention for far too long. Not as long as like a Smash Bros. Or anything like that.
I think it's because of all of the games we're playing. Us specifically, all the games we're playing now.
Yeah, it's a completely
even
different conversation, but like once you've gone to PC, you know, and then you've played a bunch of PC games, it's just, I don't know, it's just different. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and Lord knows that it's easier to buy Steam games because the pricing is way lower, which we'll talk about that in another video. You already know. My initial thoughts when I saw the trailer, obviously I was hyped because the game is super ambitious. Like, I know Krim talked about a little bit with the characters, but you had some like all-star Sonic All-Star mechanics. You're on the water, you're grinding on rails and shit, and like Krim said, with the big ass maps, there's even Knockout Tour where it's like a VR and shit. And it's not like you have to, like, if you remember in Mario Kart games when you did the Grand Prix, you would do a race, then you'd be in a lobby, and then you would do another race, and then you'd be in a lobby. It's like, nah, you gotta like just drive the whole way.
Yeah, it's all in one go.
And of course there's free roam, so if you want to just fuck around the open world. This is one of the few games where it's like open world is fine. It's kind of bare bones though when you look at it, but it's like fine for based on.
It is very bare bones. It's almost like you only do free roam if you want to learn the maps. It's for people that want to like speed run and try to find like alternative routes to like getting the fastest times on their tracks and shit like that. I think that's what it's mostly for. They're trying to advertise it as if it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna be able to take photos, because you can take photos with your friends and like 4-player co-op and just roam around and drive and have fun or whatever, explore, because I'm assuming there's probably going to be little like secrets that they spread around the areas for you to go find, little nods to other Mario games, cool, all that stuff, but nobody's really going to give a shit about it. It's very bare bones. It's not even on the same level as like a sandbox title in my opinion, but we don't know all the details about it. But yeah, continue.
Right, from what we've seen, it and I imagine, honestly, I kind of see the same thing happening, because it's kind of like games in general, where it's like, okay, this initial like mode or this initial like feature or whatever, it's like everyone's using it, everyone's having fun with it, and then as gradually as at the span, even not even like in years or months, but like even in weeks, people are like, I can still use that, but the only people I see doing that now is like tryhards and people who are trying to find all the secrets, especially content creators, where it's kind of like it's gonna fall by the wayside. It's still there, still cool, but it won't be as used as like other shit.
It'll be used by a lot of content creators trying to do some jet set radio style type shit, you know what I mean, where they like parkour essentially, and they're just like grinding, and then they find ways to just like combo grind parkour around the map, and that'll essentially be what it's used for the most part, in its later years.
Well, there's one thing we can definitely talk about though, which it was during the trailer. The costume changes. Now I doubt that there's anything where it's just like, oh yeah, if you wear this costume, you can
But
go
wait,
faster.
I don't mean to cut you off, man, but you're not even playing the video, by the way.
Thanks for letting me know the whole time. All right, I got you, bro.
It's on your screen, but okay.
Well, I was focused on the intro and shit. You already know. But anyway, doesn't matter. Y'all seen the trailer, so now you can look at it again. Anyway, yeah, I think with the costume shit, it was like, because you know, like you saw them like kind of drive to the side in the big semi, and then you could change it. But honestly, I kind of doubt the costumes are just gonna give you an edge in a race or whatever. Because normally for games like that, it'd be like, here's the wheels, here's the cart, here's the kite, here's like what happens if you go in the water, here's what happens when you fly. So I doubt like a costume is gonna add to it. Because if a costume adds to it, especially with competitive Mario Kart, because that is a thing. It's gonna overly complicate shit.
Are you basically saying that the costumes that we've seen in this trailer that appear, they're not gonna have any advantage? It's just purely cosmetic.
I think it would be because they don't want to overly complicate shit.
Because in this trailer, they're eating the burgers and they change costume mid-match.
I mean, I can see it based on what it showed, but honestly, like I said, it would sound like it would overcomplicate shit. Like, because you would like go to the side, right? Like unless, like I said, unless you're like trying to like, oh, I'm trying to competitive eat. Because even like in the truck, it wasn't even that. Yeah, right. It wasn't even like you were like super far behind. Because you know what else it could also. I know this is kind of like way out there, but you know what it could also be. If you ever watch NASCAR, they have to like miss a lap or like pull their cars to the side to get like all the tires changed and shit. It could also be like that, where it's like because you're driving like a whole fucking Grand Prix, you would have to like, oh, I ran out of gas and let me go in the truck and hey, I'll change my costume too because I want to see what other things look like. But maybe the costumes, that's
an interesting perspective on it. I get what you're saying. It can have multiple different possibilities. It can be costumes that grant you different perks. It can just be purely cosmetic. Or it can be exactly what you said. It's just like, once you eat a burger, once you've like gotten to the next stage, there's like burgers just scattered and you eat one, boom, you get a costume randomly. Just because it's like fun for you entering into the next area, like you basically stated. Different possibilities. I'm very curious to see what it could be. And it would be strange if it was like you eat a burger and you turn into like this alternate version of your character in a costume, and now you're given like a speed boost. It'd be like Shulk and Smash Bros. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's random comparison, but like Shulk and Smash Bros. Like you get speed boosts, or like maybe you're like really sturdy and like you just bump into people and they get flown all the way across the map or something. I don't know. There's so many possibilities.
Yeah. What do you think about all that, Group? Got anything to add to that?
No, I think you're right. I honestly think it's just a pure cosmetic things. But it's one of those situations where it's like, why wouldn't you want to get it? I want, Mario in a cowboy outfit. Yeah. So it's gonna cause chaos because everybody's gonna want to change their costumes and shit. So when they see the fucking Diablo burger, everybody's gonna start going crazy, throwing shells at each other because they want to change their costume.
Right. That's pretty much it.
And with all the, like, even as you're watching the trailer right now, with all the fucking, like, open world and all the different costumes and shit, I would not be surprised if this game is treated like all the other Mario Karts, where it's like, oh, if you race this amount of times and you get this amount of coins throughout your entire life of playing this game, you get added wheels and shit. I can only imagine with how big this game is, of how much shit there is that could possibly appear in this game.
Well, they are charging $80 for it, so there better be a lot of content.
Yeah, which we'll talk about in the other video, but it is a good point to bring that up because I was speaking with other people in other Discords today, and I was like, look, as long as the content matches with the price, I'm set. Because, guys, gaming is a luxury. It's not necessary. Okay, you can use your wallet for other shit. You don't need to have gaming. You don't need to buy the newest shit. And I'm sure in y'all's niggas library, especially Steam libraries, y'all have like 1,000+ games that you never touched, but you download them or grab them because they're either free or something you're interested in playing.
Are you describing yourself and just trying to say that's
Yes,
how
I am
everybody else
describing
does?
myself too. Yeah, yada yada yada. But I'm gonna use those games for other shit. So fuck you. These are people who've had them for years and never touched it. All right. So hard anyway. But yeah, overall, from what I've seen, this game looks really good. I feel like this game's big, like how many players and whatever big, probably will last like 6 months. I can honestly see seeing it last 6 months max, maybe 3. Very minimum is 3.
You're talking about
mean
what? Like,
Peak?
their player
You're talking
base?
like peak player base?
Yeah, like peak. 3 6
Maybe.
months.
Of course. I mean, of course, it's gonna be on launch, but like, it's not gonna be those games that die down quickly. There are people who play the shit out of Mario Kart 8, and that shit came out like 2014 or something.
Yeah, people still play it.
Like they play it like crazy because Mario Kart is just very fucking popular. So
Yeah,
sure peak is gonna be, of course, from launch and then like the 6 months ahead of it, but it will never truly die. It's always gonna have a high player base.
It'll always be one of the most popular Nintendo games for sure.
Yeah, but speaking of like of high something, and I know it's kind of a bad transition, but we've saw a lot of characters. I know we mentioned a little bit earlier, 50+ characters. Do you think any third-party characters that might come through?
I mean, doubt it. Oh, maybe, or in the future. At first I was gonna say I doubt it because I feel like that's something they would have shown.
They're gonna do it for DLC. Third-party characters are gonna be DLC. They know they're gonna make a fuck ton of money off of it for sure. Why not, right? Like they're gonna throw in Link, or not. Link's not third party, but he's not a part of like the Mario universe, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna charge you for Link, which I think is stupid. I like I said before. I remember we said this, or we spoke about this a while ago. I can't remember which episode, but I believe I think we did a wish list, right? We did a wish list on Mario Kart characters, and I mentioned that like Link, Fox, Cat and Falcon, all those types of characters, they should be in the game. Link was in the previous game already. Just add all of your Nintendo IP into the game and you're set. That's how it should be. But they're going to charge you.
I'm actually shocked that none of the guest characters that were in 8 made it, like Link's Inkling and...
Because they want to charge you. They're going to charge you again for it. So they're going to blow up this game's roster with a bunch of Mario characters and make it look like you're getting this crazy deal out of it. Sorry to, burst your bubble and ruin everybody's day about this whole game because I know you're all excited about it, but like, Terrellion's always going to come in with the fucking truth. They're bloating it with a bunch of stupid... and the hating. They're bloating it with a bunch of stupid minion villain characters, right? And you're all looking at this like, oh my god, this is the craziest thing ever. And the truth is, the characters that people really, I can't really say that, but the best characters are going to be the ones that come in the DLC. You know what I mean? It's going to be the third parties. It's going to be the characters that aren't a part of the Mario universe. They're going to sell that shit to you in later DLC. And if they don't, oh my god, I'm so glad I'm proven wrong. I'll admit it right now. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'm so glad I'm wrong. But I think that's what they're going to do.
How much do you think they would sell for DLC? I feel like it'd be like 20 or 30, especially with all the tariffs.
I don't know the.
What if they end up doing like passes? It's gonna be like $7 individual, but if you want all of them, it's gonna be like $25.
I don't know any of the prices for Mario Kart 8, but I'm assuming it would probably be relatively similar. So. Oh yeah. Also, right here at the end of the video, there's gonna be a Mario Kart World Direct on April 17th. We'll definitely be talking more about the game after that.
Yeah, and more likely we're gonna stream that shit too. So make sure to follow us. Links down below. The DLC being X amount of money is. We'll have to see. Like I said, we'll have to see. We'll speak more on this once we get to that direct, which is only in a couple of weeks. But I mean, any final thoughts? Because I don't really have too much really to say anymore.
We didn't really speak on the water and grinding, and I'll just briefly talk about it right now, and then if you guys got thoughts, we can end it after that. But they added this grinding mechanic, and I guess there's like riding in water. I don't really think that's too intricate. Your car just turns into a boat. I don't really think it's that crazy. It's the same thing as like when you're in Mario Kart 8, how your car can like the gravity, the hover, and the gravity. Yeah, it's basically that, but you're just in water now. Ooh, big deal. The biggest, craziest thing is that you can now just grind, and that shit is straight from like a Sonic game or like Jet Set Radio.
Yeah. All-Star Sonic.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
I think this game's gonna just combine all the coolest shit from like racing games and stuff like that, and they're doing a good job at it. Like you just saw right now, a cow riding on a fucking phone line or some shit like that. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this: competitive players, I've seen y'all shit and everything, seen y'all content. I know for a fact, if you're in the water, there's gonna be like a small little like, hey, if you're in the water with this setup, then you go a little bit faster or some shit. But that's for the competitive scene, not for me. Maybe I'll join a tournament or two. I don't fucking know. Wednesday night fights. Who fucking knows?
You know, the craziest part about Mario Kart World? 24 players at once is actually fucking insane. Which means like 10 of you motherfuckers are gonna have blue shells and rob first place from me. Because let's face it, I'm not. Like,
oh, okay. You can stop patting yourself on the back.
24 racers, honestly, really good decision on their part. I think they should have went extreme and went for more, but it's Nintendo hardware, which we're not gonna get into.
You know what? Actually, it's crazy you say that.
Because everybody knows me.
I was gonna bring it up, so it's crazy to say that. I'll say this and then we should end it because I'm sure we have nothing else to say. Yeah. Nintendo servers are dog shit, complete and utter ass, right? Even when this Mario Kart 8 was like, I think 12. It's like 12 races and shit. So with, like I said, another video we're gonna talk about the specs and shit. But with all like the shit that they showed of like, hey, here's what the Switch 2 can do. My question is, what are the servers gonna do?
Exactly. Like, Nintendo needs to keep up with the times. Like, I can't wait for the new Smash Brothers game, and that shit's not gonna have rollbacks. So
we need dedicated servers. We need we can't do this peer-to-peer shit. I got 2 gig internet. These niggas don't have that much, and the motherfuckers that like, oh shit, we only got like 1 meg. Like I have to carry your internet? Get the fuck up out of here, bro.
Rainbow.
Won't even get into it.
Yeah. Well, isn't the nigga with gig internet and then Terrell was ahead of him on the fucking Switch Direct? Get the fuck out of here.
No, okay, that's hard anyway. That's just right. Nintendo being Nintendo.
Anyways.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's it, guys. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, no, I'm taking my intro back. Glad y'all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. And until next time, we're out.